this video, we will be adding to the model you have already created with some extra nodes, looking at how to put data behind the model, enabling us to fully document it and get some extra clarity. So the first node we are adding is an assumption. Assumptions are things that people hold. If we start making some changes or doing some things, then we are assuming that certain things will happen to help or to hinder this. We need to get these assumptions modelled to make sure that we've got a realistic view of what we are trying to achieve. The second type of node we are adding is a requirement. Any program will have a whole range of requirements from different sources, and in Realisor we can import them in or enter them and link them to where we believe they're going to be achieved, where they're going to be met partially or fully, for example. We can also add in risks. For example, there might be, with certain outcomes, some risks that we need to be aware of to define, and we can put those into Realisor. We can add this as a node, and then we can also put some standard risk register information behind them as well, and report on that, so you can use Realisor to help you manage your risks. By expanding the right-hand side toolbar, you can put some basic data behind the node. You can create some sub-risks behind that node, so we can give it a name, description, and probability of the risk occurring. The impact of that risk on the business, so maybe on a scale of 1 to 10. The financial cost if that risk happens, and if we can do anything about it, some containment actions. What is the expected cost of that containment action, and then we'll work out some ratios for us and some values. Things that create value are the initiatives. Initiatives represent some work streams or some projects or programs, and can also represent some business as usual ongoing operational activity. So by doing, for example, staff training or introducing a new IT system, then what do they add value to? What is the immediate outcomes? We link to those. If a map starts getting busier, we can actually hide some of the different categories of node using the tick next to the nodes or using the groups. So you can start building up a model in a way that helps the person you are showing it to not get overwhelmed. As shown before with the risk node, you can get some standard data fields on every node, but you can also add additional information behind each of the nodes. This can be added using the right-hand side menu or by right-clicking on the node and selecting Edit Data. This loads the model data screen. For each node, a different set of data fields that we can enter data into, and it is simply a matter of typing the data in. At the bottom of the screen, there are some extra fields which we can open up and add data again, so you can start adding some real documentation behind your model. There are quite a lot of fields displayed, so what you can do is choose which data fields you would like to display in the settings area. You can click Remove to remove them from the display and only show certain ones, so you can build up a set of data that you really need. Let's go back to the map using the Map tab on the bottom and review what we've really started to do during this session. We've built quite a complete view of your program and what is going on, and in the next video we'll build in more on this to add benefit measures and measure data.